What's up, everybody? Hey, this morning I'm over here in Crooms at Tucker Hill Trailhead, and I'm planning on doing the ABC loop today. I believe it's around 14 miles. Got Soda Pop over there gearing up. He's gonna hike with me today. We're just gonna make one big old loop and try to beat the rain. It's supposed to rain maybe later this evening and pretty good chance tomorrow. So we're gonna get our hiking in today. Let's go see what the woods got to offer us. Here's the trailhead here. They got maps, information, all kinds of goodies to look at. They got a little sign-in spot here. This area here is a big bicycling spot too. A lot of mountain bikers, or whatever you want to call them, come park here and ride. It's a fee area. I think it's $2 to use it for day use. Got bathrooms, and there's the fire tower. So we're gonna get on trail. All right, y'all, we're leaving the parking lot. We're on trail, headed north. We're gonna hike this trail for a ways. It'll link up with the Florida trail, hike that a little bit, jump on the B loop, and end up on the C loop later on today. All right, we're on trail. We're following yellow blazes. And per usual, we got the BS and then got on the wrong trail right off the rip. That's just the way it is sometimes. But we're on trail now, headed north. Yellow blazing it. It's about 6:45 in the morning. The woods are starting to wake up. Beautiful out here, a little bit muggy though. And it was hotter than anything yesterday, and it'll probably be that way today. On to the orange blaze now. And the A-loop. A-loop utilizes part of the Florida Trail. This gets to be a little bit hilly back here. Last time I was coming through here, all this was burnt. Now it's green. Maybe we'll see some critters. It's pretty out here. Here's a real pretty spot on the north end of Crooms. Got some pretty good hills to climb. It's a good spot to come train for some mountains. It's beautiful out here though. You get on top of these hills and have a pretty good little view. I'm pretty sure we're at the highest point out here in these woods. It's about 130 to 140 feet above sea level. And it's a pretty good little climb up and down this little hill. And we got a couple other little rollers throughout the day. And they got a mountain bike track that goes that way, and then the Florida Trail is right over here. So if you hike the Florida Trail on the western corridor, you've been over this. We're a little over 4 miles in. We're still in the Hilly Section, and it's muggy and I'm sweating. Yeah, there's no breeze out here. The sun's trying to burn through the clouds there. We're about to come out of the, what I call the Hilly Section. Start turning back southeast a little bit. And we'll get into some woods and out of these open fields. Working for it already. Nothing can stop me. I'm on my way up. I don't know if you can tell how far down that is. It's a pretty good little distance. And that's a pretty neat tree broke over. Let's see. Probably picking up ticks. Dinosaur tree. Oh. Right here, if you've been out here, you'll know exactly where I'm at. Because there's a peace sign made out of pine cones and sticks. headed that way.
I keep telling Cecilia too.
All right, we're leaving the pines and prairies, headed into the oaks. It is damp out this morning. We've got some old mine pits up here shortly. We'll explore as we walk past. We seen a deer a while ago. Didn't get it on film, of course, but did see one deer. And almost 5 miles in. Here's an old remnants of a mine. Probably a phosphate mine or some sort. Goes down a ways. We're gonna run across several of these today. Oh, yellow flies, we're beating them off. They're on us.
We're beating them off.
We're beating them off, that's right. I think they're winning though. Let's look down in here. That's where I practice climbing up and down for the foothills also. Good training grounds out here. Yep, so now we'll be going on the B loop. And honestly, man, I've never hiked that way, right there, down the blue. So that's something we should hit up later on. We're headed this way. Sticking to the B loop. And there's another big mine dug out right here. About growed over with vines. Man, we could use a breeze. It's stuffy out here. This section here is our first section where we hiked together. We started at Ridge Manor probably over a year and a half, almost 2 years ago now. Woohoo! We put a lot of miles in, but this was the first section where we finally decided, hey, let's hike together, see what happens. And we've been a lot of miles together. Here's our water source about 6 miles in. Luckily I'm carrying enough and don't need any, but hey, if you had to get it, it's there. Doesn't look the best. It's an old sinkhole. Here's another low area where there's supposed to be water. Last few times I checked, there wasn't any. Just off the trail. A bit of a marsh. Let's see if we can peek through right here. Oh yeah, we just had a trail runner pass us. First person all day. And there's some water out there. We've been getting a little bit of rain. We got pretty good rain yesterday. Matter of fact, it hailed on my truck on the way home from work. Here's another sneak peek at it. Yeah, I'm surprised to see water there, but after yesterday's rain, I can understand. All right, popping right out of the oaks, back into the pine flats, and I think that's turkey oaks. Here's a beautiful spot right over here that I'd like to camp, maybe one day. There's an actual camp up here, but I'll show you where I'd like to camp. All right, this is where I was talking about I'd like to camp at. It's just some nice oaks, good flat ground. Get a nice little stealth spot just off the trail. What do y'all think about that? Some pretty woods to be looking at. I've yet to camp out here. I've camped in the past over around Silver Lake at the Crooked River Campground, which is awesome little campground. Taking my boat there on the river. But yeah, as far as hiking, being on trail, I've yet to camp. But maybe soon. There's another actual camp right up here, but it's close to the road. Good thing about that is you can drop water because it's dry out here. Here's an actual campground just down from that oak hammock I was showing you. I don't know the name of it right offhand, but I'll get it here in a minute. You got some firewood stacked up. Looks kind of rotted. Nice picnic table. Ain't all rotted. Looks pretty fresh, water treated too.
Like a B-loop.
And look here, they got cables for hanging whatever, food. Hang a lantern, I don't know, hang something. So there's that. We're gonna take a chill pill here and we'll continue on in a minute. All right, here's a placard for the campground we were just hanging out at. Now we're back on the Florida Trail, headed south.
Yeah. Hard hitter, man.
We got a road crossing. County Road 480, I believe is what it said. Walked past it so fast. I think it's Crooms A B Road. All right, we go from the pines back to the oaks. Nice mixture of woods through here. This is usually a really sandy trail, but with the rain, it's packed it down, made it real nice. We've seen a couple more mountain bikers come through, and with that trail being packed down, makes it nice on a bike or on foot. Look at the ferns growing up the trees. We're getting down into a swamp down in here. The woods are very tropical this morning, very moisty. With some pig rooting in the middle of the trail back there a little ways. Wasn't too bad, but they're in here. We're coming up to another junction. You go to the left to stay on the Florida Trail. The right takes you on the B loop back to Tucker Hill. Yellow blazing. Silver Lake's back that way. It's a shame we ain't going that way today. That's beautiful down through there. We're staying up here on the ABC loop today. Here's the Squirrel Woods. Here's where I come down in here during small game and look for some tree rats. Seen a few, killed a few. And then right out there, there's a big open marsh. Kind of like a deer hunt over there. Never killed one over there, but seen a few. Beautiful area. Look at this big old oak. Just covered in algae moss. I'm telling you, it's very tropical today. Moisty. But here's our intersection. If you stay straight, it'll take you on Tucker Hill. And to the left, we got C Loop. That's where we're headed. So we will skip that little section there. We won't hike that because we don't come back to here, but it's not much. Now here we got maybe 4 more miles, maybe. Let's go. Crossing right back over the road we've already crossed over. All kinds of, yeah. Where you at, buddy? There you are. We're at that age where we're chasing birds. Oh, hey, one over here. Oh, I see ya. There's a whole bundle of them in here. What would that be?
There's like 3 of them out there.
Oh, there's more than that.
Is there?
Lots of them, actually. I call it a bundle. What's the terminology?
Bundle?
No, I don't know what they're called.
Flock?
A flock?
They look like pileated woodpeckers.
Yeah, pileated.
Pileated, pileated.
Let's get the flock out of here.
Red bellied, even though they got red heads.
All right, the sea trail brings you right through a campground that's used during the hunting seasons. And I believe you have to go through the Withlacoochee Forest Service in order to reserve it for hunting season. But look at the canopy of oaks covered in all them resurrection ferns. It's a beautiful day. Stuffy, but it's beautiful. We might have around 2.5 to 3 miles left. I think we're about 12 in right now. Run up on some deer on the trail. Looks like about 3 of them. 3 of them standing there looking at us. We'll move on. Oh, there you go. Here's another old pit right past the campground back there. The trail goes up that way around the edge, but I'm gonna go down in it to the bottom of it and look around because I've been around it every time and I always say I wanted to check it out. Let's go check it out. I don't know if we'll have to backtrack or what. I guess we climb up the wall. We're in a gorge.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Looks like it's gonna come to an end down here. I don't know if we had a trail to climb up out of here or if we're backtracking. But this is what we'd have to climb up if we want to get out of here. Look, soda pop. That gives you a perspective of how deep the little gorge is. Tree frogs. Oh, there's a sign down here. Let's see what it says. Hidden Jewel Ravine. Maybe I should have come down here before. It is a hidden jewel. And a ravine. Yep. All the signs around here have been pretty new. Alright, we're gonna ponder around here and get back on trail. Alright, headed up out of the ravine. Well, I thought we were. Let's see. Look at little soda pop. Trying to get them banger photos.
Them bangers, dog, them anal. All about the anal. That one turned out really good too.
Nice.
So pop hiker on Facebook.
Self-promoting. He's got some good freaking pictures though. Alright, here we go. On to Tucker Hill. Back uphill. It's a good trail to get a workout on. All right, we're about 14.7 miles in, and that's the end of the C loop. We're back onto the B loop, which will lead us back to Tucker Hill. All right, everybody. That pretty much wraps up the Crooms A B C loop. Turned out to be around 15.5 miles. And we've been hiking for around 6 hours, maybe a tad less. We started around 6:30 and it's about 12:15 now. Appreciate y'all watching my videos. And we'll catch you on the next one.